Good evening. So today we're going to talk to you all about how long should you wait to get a car loan after bankruptcy, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about it, okay? And this was actually a question that we got inside the comment section. So we're going to start answering some of the questions that we see, random comments inside the channel. We get about 150 comments a day, so we try to keep an eye on them as much as we can. However, it's some pretty good questions in there, but let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. So first things first, we get questions all the time, and people ask, "Can we help you improve your credit score?" Yes, we can. We can help you improve your credit score, qualify for home ownership, and help you lower your car payment as well. Go ahead and scan that QR code right there on your screen. I'm going to go ahead and put the link inside of the comment section below as well. If you all would like for us to create a custom game plan for you, again, we can review your credit report and then, of course, create a custom game plan for you based on what your credit goals are. Okay. So now you guys can actually see that inside of the chat. And listen, we can help you just like we help these people right here on your screen. All right. So, first things first, how long do you have to wait? Now, honestly, you can purchase the car right now if you want to. Okay. But I strongly recommend waiting at least 3 to 6 months if you can. Okay. 3 to 6 months if you can. And the reason being is because if you get the car right now, you're fresh out of bankruptcy, the interest rate is going to be obviously the worst. Okay. Usually, in most cases, without a cosigner, without putting down like over 50%, or something like that, which most people usually don't put that much down. The more skin in the game you give, or if you have a cosigner or something like that, that's the only way you can get like good terms or decent terms fresh out of bankruptcy. Okay. They want to see a few things. We'll go over that in a second. All right. Yes, yes, Jason, this is live. All right. So now with a chapter 13, you can sometimes apply while you're in repayment, but you may need court approval. Okay. This is nothing new. This is the same when you're buying a home, when you're buying a car. If you have an open chapter 13 bankruptcy, because it takes about 3 to 4 years, 4 years on average to discharge, you're going to you're going to need an approval from what they call the trustee. The trustee is going to need to see the billing. Okay. Not a billing statement, but the out the door numbers. Okay. And so essentially, when they do what they call a write up sheet, that show essentially a bill of sale. Okay. It shows the price, interest rates, monthly payments, the amount financed. They have to approve that. Same thing when you're buying a home. Okay. Because when you're buying a home, you can actually buy a home as well, while you're in an open chapter 13. Okay. But again, if it's like after chapter 7, which takes about 4 months to discharge, you can do it right away. But I recommend that you wait about 3 to 6 months. Why do you want to wait 3 to 6 months? You want to wait 3 to 6 months so you can continue building and increasing your credit score. Okay. Let's talk about it. Now, your credit rebuild, the rebuilding phase, it starts right away. It's going to start immediately. Okay. Even before applying for a loan, your first focus, it needs to be focused on rebuilding your rebuilding your credit. And you can also do that with rent reporting. Okay. So now that's one of the things you can do, like right off the top. A lot of people don't know that they can add rental history to their credit reports. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'll put the link here inside the chat. So here, let me go ahead and find that real quick. Okay. Now, there's a lot of companies out there and things of that sort, but this is someone that I trust and recommend. So if you want to add rental history to your credit report, I'll put that inside the chat there. Okay. And I don't think Facebook got that. So I'll put that in there again just to make sure. Okay. But either way, lenders want to see positive history. They understand that people make mistakes. So they want to see who have you paid recently, okay? Not just time past. They need to make sure that it makes sense. If it does not make sense, it's not going to work, guys. It's simply not going to work. So you want to make sure that everything is lined up a certain way. That said, even now with lenders, they want to see positive history, not just time past. That's where your energy should go. That's where the time should go. That's where the money should go. Okay. Is that you want to start rebuilding your credit right away. That way you can potentially get a better interest rate. Because if you do it right out of a bankruptcy, you're going to be in the 20% range. If you give it some time, you'll be in the teens. Okay. And then even when you do that, I'm going to show you how to lower your car payment, how to get better terms after that. Okay. So again, there's a lot of ways that you can do this. Okay. Let's keep going. Next is going to be, like I mentioned, they're looking at more than your credit score. They will look at your income because they have to make sure that you make enough money to pay them. Okay. Then you also have employment stability. How long have you been on your job? How long you've been on your job is going to play a major role. Okay. If you just got out of bankruptcy and then you keep jumping from job to job, that looks unstable. You're like, well, Calvin, that's just what it is. I understand that, but you're going to have to wait, or you're going to have to accept terms you're not going to like. People have a lot to say when it's time to get approved. They say, oh man, it's the best interest rate I can get. Yeah. Yes. Because you're showing the banks your past shows that you don't pay people on time, or that you file bankruptcy when it gets to a point that you can't handle it. Now we get it, we understand it, but you have to also understand where the bank is coming from, right? They're about to let you borrow thousands of dollars when you just you just wrapped up a bankruptcy. So you have to understand you got to put some skin in the game. And that's either going to be time or money. Okay? And so that's how that entire process goes. Now they're going to look at that, and they're going to look at your current debts, which more than likely, if you're out of a bankruptcy, it's not going to be that many current debts. So don't assume your score tells the whole story. You need to be strategic, okay? Being strategic with what you add to your credit report makes a huge difference in the approval process. They want to see you rebuild. They want to see new credit cards. They want to see new credit builders. They want to see that you have built new relationships and that you are paying people on time with those new relationships. Okay? Banks don't like to be the first ones to actually give you an approval fresh out of a bankruptcy. They want to see who else have you paid. You got to show them, okay? Now, this is where people drop the ball. Timing is going to be key, okay? Timing is going to be key. Somebody put in the comments, timing is everything. Timing is everything. Why is timing everything? Because if you do it right away, it's going to cost you more. Be patient if you can. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to be here. This is what I don't want. I would hate for you to need a car. You watch this video and say, well, Calvin told me to wait. If you got to get a car, like it's an emergency, like you have no car, that's how you get to work. You drop the kids off, things of that sort. Go get the car. Don't worry. I got you. I'm going to show you, no matter when you do it, I'm going to show you not only how to get approved, I'm going to show you how to lower that car payment. Are you ready for this? If you're ready to see this, put yes in the comments. Okay. I'm going to show you how to get approved for an auto loan anywhere nationwide if you have a bad credit score. If your credit score is under 650, under 600, you're in the 300s, 400s, 500s, you're coming out of a bankruptcy, you got repossessions, charge-offs, collections. Listen, there are still options out there. I'm going to show you how to get approved for those options, how to get prepared for what's to happen, and how to refinance that. Okay. The same is true out of a bankruptcy. Okay, let's keep going. Now, what are those options? So this is going to be it here. You can actually scan this on your phone, or you can go in here. I'm going to I'm going to put this inside the chat here so you guys can click this if you want to. Okay, give me 1 second and I'm going to pull it up for you guys so you all can actually see it. I know you see it on your screen, but I'm going to put the link inside the chat here below. Give me 1 second. I thought I had it ready. Like this all the time. All right, so here we go. All right, so now these are easy auto loans that you can get approved for nationwide if your score is under 650. Okay, there's a company that partners with dealerships nationwide if your credit score is under 650. That's where it says bad credit auto loan. I don't know if you guys can see that. So here, let me go ahead. Let me hide this for a second. It says right there, bad credit auto loan. Okay, so you can scan that QR code right there. You can scan that QR code right there on your screen, or you can click the link inside of the chat. Okay, so that's if you're trying to get a bad credit auto loan. Now, next would be, let's see here. Let's see here. The next thing is going to be how to lower your car payment. Now, let's take a step back. Once you get approved for this auto loan, chances are you're not going to like the terms. Your interest rate's going to be in the 20% more than likely. Even if you're in the teens, that's not an ideal situation, but we understand the situation. We understand it, but we don't like it. That's fine. Okay. But at least you solved one problem, and that's getting the approval. Let me tell you something. Getting approved is better than being denied. I'm not saying just take anything, right? You can shop around, things of that sort, but most dealerships use 90% of the same banks. People don't talk about this. Most dealerships use 90% of the same financial institutions. They're sending your application to Chase. They're sending your application to Exeter. They're sending your application to Regional Finance. They're sending your application to Santander. They're sending your application to Credit Acceptance. They're sending your application to all of these people at the dealership. Every dealership, most dealerships are using the same banks, Capital One. The list goes on. Okay, the list goes on. Now, once you get the approval, you don't want to. This is the mistake everybody, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people make. Most people make. And by the way, you don't have to come out of bankruptcy to do what I'm about to show you right now. This is how you lower your car payment. Okay. This is how you lower your car payment. Okay. Anybody watching this right now that lives in the United States of America, this is nationwide. You can lower your car payment. You can scan that QR code. It's a soft pull. Let me break that down. It's a soft pull to see what your options are. If you decide to move forward, then they will do a hard pull. They have to do a hard pull to confirm. Okay. I'm going to put that link inside of the chat right now. Okay. This is going to be auto loan refinance. You could do this nationwide, guys. You could do this nationwide. Okay. All right. So now, okay. So that's how you could do that. Now, why would you want to refinance your auto loan? Let me break down what a refinance is, because a lot of people don't know what a refinance is. A refinance is when you take a current loan with its current terms. Let me give you an example. Let's say you get approved for a car today. You're fresh out of bankruptcy, chapter 13, chapter 7. You're in the middle of a 13, whatever. Or your credit score is under 650. Doesn't matter, right? You don't like the terms. You have a 20% interest rate, 25%, 13%, 18%, whatever. That is the current terms. With a refinance, you're then going to say, hey, new bank, based on who I am right now, okay, because you got to change. You can't walk in with a 512 credit score, get approved, wait 3 months, 6 months, and then still be a 512. It's not going to work. You have to make sure that you're improving your credit score along the way. That's why I mentioned earlier, adding rental history to your credit report. You can add up to 24 months of rental history to your credit report. Did you know that? A lot of people don't know that. Okay. Either way, now you've improved your credit score, right? By the way, and if you're like, man, Calvin, my score is not moving. If your score is not moving, you need a strategy. You need a strategy. Or you just keep watching videos and just keep trying stuff. Okay, that works too, possibly. But if you want a real strategy, we can make that for you. But anyway, you need to improve that credit score. The biggest mistake that people make when they're doing this process, they get approved for something when they have not the best credit. Then their credit score starts to improve. They're making payments on time. Their credit score is going up. They went from the 3s, the 4s, the 5s. Now they're in the 6s, the 7s. What happens now? People don't refinance. Some of you all watching this right now are still paying the same monthly payment with the same bank when you didn't have the best credit. You were in the 400s, the 500s, high 5s, low 6s, whatever. You are in position to refinance. You can lower your car payment right now, potentially. Okay. But you don't know what you don't know. Someone put that in the comments. You don't know what you don't know. Okay. Either way, that's how you can do that. Okay. So you can refinance that auto loan. This is nationwide. It's a soft pull to see if you can get approved. You say, well, Calvin, I don't know if I can get approved or not. You can at least try. It costs nothing to try. And it's a soft pull, which means there's no effect on your credit score just to see if you can get approved. Well, Calvin, what if I get denied? Try again in 30 days. They're not going to take your firstborn. I know some of you all want these banks to take your firstborn. But anyway, they're not, listen, nothing bad is going to happen here. Now, if you say, well, Calvin, I tried in 30 days, I got denied again. Or what can I do not to get denied? Improve your credit score. Make your credit profile better. Show the banks what they want to see. It's a relationship. It's a relationship. You are constantly borrowing money. They want to know what's the relationship of you paying it back to someone else. Okay. And so that's how you're able to do that. Okay. Now, was this information good or good? I know it was. I know it was. Okay. Now check this out. Here's the deal. Watch this. These are some things that's happening right now in our credit community. We have a community of people that have goals. They want to buy cars, lease cars, lower their car payments. They want to buy a home, condo, townhome, rental property up to 4 units. The audacity of these people to think that they can improve their credit scores and accomplish their goals. I'm showing you right here in front of you, it's happening. Okay. We got a client right here that just improved their credit score 43 points. You guys see it. It's a right there as of June 4, 2025. Right. Shout out to Marcus Edwards. He says, listen, I just want to reach out to the community and tell you, if you haven't gotten a game plan from Calvin or his team, you need to. You need to. Why does he say that? Because he just got approved for a brand new American Express credit card. He's now in the Amex family. Okay. Welcome to the family. Then you got people that say, listen, I've never gotten approved for a credit limit increase. They are now increasing their credit limits. Okay. We got people that are hitting the 700s for the first time in their lives. Okay. So here's the thing. Sometimes you're not hitting your goals because you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. I told you all we're going to be focused on 2 things this year. Number 1 is information. This is the information. Welcome to the information. Number 2 is going to be execution. Now that you've learned this information, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Especially if you or someone that you know is out of bankruptcy, they need to know that they have options. Some of you all need to file for bankruptcy because you're not paying anybody because you can't afford to pay anybody, and not in a bad way. Right? Just rip the Band-Aid off. Your credit score is steady dropping. You can rebuild this. You just need to have that strategy. Okay. And we're going to hold your hand that entire way. The entire way we're going to do that. Now, shout out to Kamari. I think I talked about him last time, but we're going to talk about, listen, we're talking about everybody all now. Okay. Now check this out. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit smaller here. There we go. All right. So now, elite member of the day. Shout out to Kamari. I think we talked about this last time, but listen, we're going to keep talking about this because listen, he went from a 709 to a 724 in just 4 days. Okay. Now, thankfully, what he's been doing and what the changes have been made, things of that sort, right? Things have been updating. Okay. And just along the way. So it's just the progress, guys. And look at this. Look at this. Let's zoom in. 52 points, June 8th. Look at this. 15 points, June 12th. You guys seeing this? Okay. So it can happen. It most definitely can happen. All you have to do is keep going, but you need a strategy. Okay. You need a strategy. All right. So let's jump into the comments real quick. Was this good information? Yes or yes? All right. So let's see here. Jason says, I'm just waiting on my game plan. Oh, yeah, Jason, I think we had, I think it was a login issue or something like that. Marcus is in the building. So 850 Club Elite, if you guys are watching right now, let me know you guys are in the building. Go ahead and put Elite inside of the comment section below. We got Mr. Marcus Morris here. He's closing on a brand new rental property next week. So we're super excited to celebrate that. We'll keep you all posted on that for sure. Okay. We got Nick in the building. Okay. Nick just got approved for a credit limit increase a couple months ago. And again, another elite member for sure. All right. And then Margaret says, tell me about the land trust. Okay. So now here's the thing about it. I haven't done, I think I've done like one back in like 2018. So let me get back to you on that just to make sure that everything is accurate for that for sure. But you can call our attorney partner we sent over to you as well, just to make sure, because that is, I got to make sure that we get the right information on that as well too, Marcus. So I want to make sure we get the right information on that for sure. So we got you for sure. Okay. Then Nick says, what's going on, 850 Club Elite? Absolutely, sir. Appreciate you being here. E. David says, hello, do you work with clients in California? Yes, we do. If you're anywhere nationwide and you are breathing, we can help you. Okay. If you live in the United States and you are breathing, we can help you. Okay. I want to buy a house. California is so expensive right now. Yeah, we got quite a few. As a matter of fact, we got a lot of people watching right now from California. YouTube says one of the top 5 states that watches us is California. So we know you guys are in the building. Nick is, of course, in here from California. Appreciate you being here, sir. And of course, Jason says, I'm waiting on my game plan. Yes, man. I'm excited for you, man, because we got some updates for you for sure. And I think what's going on, Dino says, Elite. I think that is Kamari now that I think about it. Okay. So here, make sure that you guys, again, get the information. Now, what you want to do, no problem at all. You know, we got you. Marcus says, okay, cool. Thanks, bro. No problem. E. Davis says, thank you. Absolutely. So listen, if you want to accomplish your goals in 2025, subscribe to this channel. Okay. However, if you want to accomplish your goals faster, things happen faster when you're around positive people. Things happen faster when they're trying to do the same thing as you. Some of you all don't know that. Some of you all are trying to be eagles and you keep hanging around chickens. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You say you want to make millions, but your friends are saying, hey, let's just play the video game. It's not going to work. It's not. I'm not saying you can't do those things. I'm saying that there's got to be some time to let's grind it out. Let's set the goal. Let's work hard. And then let's look back and let's celebrate our wins. It's time for you to win. We are all adults. You all have some type of goal that you're looking to accomplish. Some of you all will say, well, Calvin, I don't have no goals. No problem. If you don't have a goal, someone, I promise you, has a goal for you. That's not a bad thing. But you're waiting on someone else to give you permission to live your best life. Now, it's not just about credit itself. Credit is just a tool. It's the key, right? But if you say, you know what, I'm tired, and it's not just about auto loans, guys. I want to be clear. If you are tired of living in the neighborhood that you're living in, let's do something about it today. If you are tired of driving the same car and it's unreliable, let's do something about it today. If you are tired of saying, you know what, I want to move, I want to buy property, I want to do this, I want to lower my car payment, I want to get into this apartment complex, I want to get to this condo downtown, whatever that goal is, what's the next step? Someone put it in the comments. What's the next step? We need to have that conversation so we can see what's going on. Okay. Now, listen, in the 850 Club Elite, you get access, of course, to me, but you get access to the community. And a lot of people are learning so fast. Let me show you all just a couple sneak peeks of some things that you're going to see inside of the community. All right. Dino is Marcus. Oh, yeah. It's so many Marcuses. Oh, yeah. Marcus Edwards. My bad. My bad, Mr. Edwards. Appreciate you, sir. So check this out, guys. Check this out. This is what it looks like inside of the community. This is what all the hype is about. This is what all the hype is about. Let me show you all this. When you get to the community, the first thing you could do is you can ask questions. And if you tag me, then listen, this is how many, listen, look at my notifications. I check this 2-3 times a day answering questions. Okay. A lot of it's not questions. I won't say a lot of it. Some of it's not questions. Some of it's just a celebratory moments, things of that sort. Okay. Then, okay, now check this out. You also get a discount on our custom game plan. Okay. Let me tell y'all something. If you haven't gotten a game plan, you most definitely want to get one because I'm dropping something crazy today. I'm telling you. Okay. And you can only participate if you have a game plan. But listen, you can easily just ask questions, things of that sort. Now, let's go ahead and go into, let me go back here. Let's go into the success stories real quick, just so you guys get an idea. These are the things that we're talking about. Okay. How Kamari credit score just went up, right? How Carla's credit score just went up 28 days ago. Look, she over here dancing. Some of y'all don't even know who that is. Some of y'all don't even know who that is. George Jefferson. Come on now. I was born in 88. I know who that it was. My grandma made me watch the Jeffersons. But anyway, she says, my experience has increased. You got to get around people that are accomplishing what you say you want to accomplish. This is a person right here that we help qualify, go into home ownership. She had a custom game plan. Now she is a homeowner. She said she stayed committed to the plan. And of course, we kept on our end as well, too. Okay. We showed her exactly what she needed to do to qualify for home ownership. She's a homeowner. Period. Okay. We got people in here getting credit limit increases. Come on now. Her old credit limit increase, which was like $600 something. Matter of fact, she tells a story. She said she went from $800 to $2,300. She never asked for a credit limit increase. We're talking 2016, in 9 years. So, you know, like when people say, oh, the bank will just give it to you. Not all the time. This is proof right here. The bank didn't give her a credit limit increase after 9 years. She got herself in position. Then she asked, she got approved. You got to know when to ask. Okay. Shout out to Carl here. Welcome to the 700 Club. 700s across the board. Right. It's not about the score itself. I know what scores a lot of them need in order for them to hit the goals they say they want to accomplish. You say you have goals to accomplish. You want to get these things done. What's the next step here, guys? What's the next step here? But that's not it. Check this out. So inside the classroom, check this out. We have our 90-day credit mastery boot camp. Okay. So next week, we got our next call. So if y'all trying to get up in here, you can come in and you can watch. You can go in and watch when we talk about credit repair strategies. An hour and 49 minutes. Man, y'all missed it. But you can come in here and watch the replay. Okay. Either way, we also go live every Wednesday answering questions. Look at that. Everybody's in here and they have questions for me every morning. Every morning they got questions, and we have a book of the month. Okay, that's every Wednesday we're answering questions. Okay, so here, if you say I just want to increase my credit score, you can do it. Okay, you can do it. If you want to lower your car payment, you want a personal loan. Listen, how many of you all were here with the credit to cash flow? Y'all remember that, the 3-day boot camp? Man, come on. Listen, Sledge talked for. He talked for 20. He talked for an hour and 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes was his presentation. He spent an hour answering questions about high limit credit cards and business credit cards. Information is worth thousands. Toby dropped information the other day. He spent 20 minutes on his presentation. He spent 40 minutes answering questions about business credit and business funding, showing people exactly what they need to do to get $50,000 to $100,000 or more for their businesses. You get access to that. We're talking too much, man. But anyway, all right. But either way, listen, we're going to help you get to where you need to go. Okay. Tell me your goals so we can help you get there. All right. But here, if you want to join the 850 Club Elite, take out your phone, scan that QR code right there on your screen. I'm also putting the link here, right here inside the chat as well, too. Rich Dunklin says, get that business going. And you better believe it. Mr. Laid Back, what's going on, sir? Appreciate you being here. He said, I would love to have an 850 score. Let's get to it, sir. Let's put the plan together. Let's make sure you're on track. And you know what's a beautiful thing? I love telling people when they have a goal and they already meet the qualifications and they have no idea. They have no idea. Someone put in the comments, you're closer than you think. You're closer than you think. Okay. You just need someone to give you confirmation. You just need someone to give you that one step, that two step, that three steps that you're away. Before you give up, you might be there or you might be that close, right? You don't have to keep dealing with your landlord if you don't want to. You don't have to keep dealing with the same car with the same car if it's having issues if you don't want to. You don't have to keep dealing with the violence in your neighborhood if you don't want to. Or if you just say, Calvin, I'm actually good where I'm at. My house is just smaller. I just want to get another one. I'm renting a house. I want to go into home ownership or I want to start collecting rent. I promise you, your bank account loves when rental income is coming in versus going out. Okay. We're showing people how to do that. But either way, I ain't gonna hold you guys up because listen, Mr. Layback says you're closer than you think. But listen, scan that QR code, click the link right there in front of you. All right. And listen, we'll see you guys on the next